Hello and welcome to another video. This video is a little update on the ARC. Title of the video is going to be the ARC in full bloom, because it's pretty much in full bloom, but it's not completely covered yet. It's still growing. Probably another month or two it'll be completely grown up. But without further ado, let's see the greenhouse. This is my Arkansas Traveler plant right here. It decided to start growing. There's a little one over there and it didn't really do so well, I think because it doesn't get very much light over there in the corner. But this is one plant, and it finally got couple tomatoes growing on it down in there. And I'm hoping that it does produce pretty well by the end of the season. It does have a lot of flower blooms on it. It's a really strong and healthy plant. This is a right here, this is a Park Swapper, another Park Swapper plant, and it's doing fantastic as far as the number of flowers, and it's finally starting to put on some tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes. I really like the Park Swapper as far as production. It doesn't quite taste as good as the Better Boy though. The Better Boy, definitely a tastier tomato. This is my Mr. Stripey heirloom, and it's finally producing some tomatoes. Got one down here too, big one. And then this is my Lemon Boy. I just picked this one. And doing some out here doing some harvesting. These are more Lemon Boys over here. These are Park Swappers. There's also a big ginormous one hanging over my head, growing up above. And then these are the plants, the last plants that I planted in these containers going down the center row here. And they're growing pretty good. Nice and healthy. So they'll probably, these are early girls, so they'll definitely put on some production before the season's over. That down there is a Tiny Treats. This is a Husky Cherry Red, which I've already picked a lot of the tomatoes off of it to go sell. And I can't remember, that's an indeterminate cherry tomato plant there too, but I can't remember what kind it is. Then I got some more bigger tomatoes up here. You can see them growing up above there. And y'all remember George, the spider. He's right there. He's been in here for several months. He's got a little bigger, so he must be eating something. And this is some cherry tomatoes I'm harvesting for a customer. This here is my Sun Sugar cherry tomato plant. It's finally putting on some fruit as well. It doesn't get as much sunlight, so it's a little long and stringy. Because I let the sides grow up and I didn't get these planted till later. That's an early girl there, and it's put on a lot of fruit, so it's pretty productive plant. They all look really good. And then you can see up above is my Sweet Cherry 100 plant. It's got cherry tomatoes everywhere on it, literally everywhere, just hanging up above my head. I'm walking underneath it here, and it even regrew down here. I cut all the foliage off because it gets old and wilts, and it actually regrew vines and put out new fruit down here at the bottom, which is pretty incredible. Here's a little tomato I missed right here. That can go to the customer. And another one, no. And then also over here's a bunch. Just hanging down. That one's ripe. And then that's another sun sugar over there in the container. That's my Cherokee purple down there. That plant right there is a Cherokee purple. And there's some more. We'll walk on over here. Try not to knock George off the spider web. And over here we got Early Girls coming ripe. This is another Sweet Cherry 100. I'm gonna let it grow up and come over here, because those plants over there probably won't make it on this side of the building by the end of the season, because I got them planted way too late. So I'm guiding the Sweet Cherry 100 plant up and over, and I'm gonna let it bush out up here above me, because it has lots of space over here. And then these plants I'll let come up over this way, and they'll meet halfway with the other ones that are bushing out up top. And these are Better Boys here, and they look pretty fantastic. These are my Tammy G's. This plant right here is a Tammy G grape tomato. And I'm letting it grow up over that way, and it's gonna come up over this side because there's just way too many plants, you know, coming up over here, and I wanted to give these bigger tomatoes coming in up top above me plenty of room to get sunlight. And I got another Sweet Cherry 100 plant right here. It's a double stem, and it's been doing pretty good, considering it doesn't get a lot of sunlight here in the middle. Next year I'll get these planted way earlier, and they'll all grow up at the same time. So all my plants in the middle will be a lot more productive than they were this year. And then we have another Sweet Cherry 100 plant back here in the corner that I let bush out and just flower out everywhere. You can just see there's just flowers everywhere on this thing. It's probably more flowers than there are leaves. And we got another Early Girl plant here. This is a good size Early Girl, still putting on lots of tomatoes even in the middle of August. That's what I like about the Early Girl, is it constantly puts on fruit even in high heat conditions and stressful conditions. It still does very well. And these are some Better Boys right here, up in there and down in there. And then but boys, it's hot out here today. 117 degrees. I don't think it's really that hot in here, but I guarantee it's at least 100. It says 117 because the sun's beating down on it. But you know, I got all these fans going, creating a lot of circulation and blowing the heat out up there. So that's an update of the Ark greenhouse. And my next video I'll post about the plants that I planted outside. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Have a very blessed day.